Tommy Bishop Auckland FC manager Chris Hardy after a 2-1 win over Hebburn. What are your thoughts on the game, Chris?
I thought it was a nip and tuck game. I think we didn't perform particularly well in the first 45 minutes. We knew we had to make some improvements. A lot of unforced errors, which is unlike us, certainly judging by the last few games. So like you say, in talking about that and addressing that, we knew that if we tidied our play up, it would give us a better foothold in the game. It was a tight game, there wasn't an awful lot in it. Both goalkeepers not really asked to do an awful lot. And it was decided with a little bit of quality from Gotts, so we have to be pleased with it. It's a different type of game. It wasn't as controlled and as dominant as what it has been previously, but nevertheless it was workmanlike. It was we kept the ball when we needed to keep the ball. We went forward when we needed to go forward, particularly in the second 45, and that just gave us the platform to win the game.
I mean, obviously, you probably could say grinded out the result is probably a way to describe it. Is, you know, especially last season, we had games where we get in a position where we really grind out. Was it good to have a performance like this in pre-season against a good side and show we can put a fight up when we need to in games like this in conditions that weren't the best?
Yeah, I think, like you say, you know, there's maybe an argument that last season, second half of the season, there was a little bit of bite missing. There was a little bit of aggression towards seeing games out that probably wasn't there. But I think we did it in a controlled aggression this evening in terms of the possession and, you know, reacting to first and second balls, which was all important. And overall, like you said, I've just said to the guys there, you know, from the point of view of the last two games, we've been really fluent, controlling games, but I've probably took, you know, more satisfaction in that, given the fact that, like you say, we've stood the test of time. We've been asked questions, we've stood firm. So like I say, it's a pleasing result this evening.
Obviously now on to another difficult opponent in a game that does mean a little bit more with Tony Lee Memorial Trophy against Whitby. Obviously I know you're not going to be there, but is it a task that you're hoping that Leon and the lads have all been prepared for over pre-season?
Well, we will be prepared for that game because ultimately it's our dress rehearsal for the start of the season. So like you say, we'll be, you know, I'm hoping we're going to have a majority of players back because again, unfortunately, we've travelled light again tonight, which has its advantages given the fact that boys are getting, you know, minutes in the legs. But as I say, you know, we'll be looking to go full tempo, full, you know, tilt in terms of prepping and making sure we're ready for obviously Crook come the 29th.
Obviously you mentioned we travelled light. Is it give you more of an idea of who your set starting 11 will be for the Crook game, especially with games like this today?
Well, I think pre-season has to play a part. You know, you've got guys up to match fitness there, and you've got other guys on holiday not up to match fitness, so it is going to play a part. When we get everybody back, which we will have, bar and Rio for the first game of the season, we'll have a strong squad, we'll have a large squad, and then obviously we need to make decisions in and around what the 11 is, and I'm sure there'll be some telltale signs on Saturday as to what that's going to look like.
All right, cheers, Chris. Thank you.
Thank you.